Welcome to the Playful Dom, the Poly Wife, and the Virgin podcast, where we share our most intimate stories, experiences, and details of our love lives, our intimacy lives, our play lives, and giving you the opportunity to gaze in and get a glimpse of what could be possible in your life as well. As we share our stories, our adventures, we weave in tips, tricks, and techniques to help build your confidence, boost your courage, and give you the opportunity to ask for what you want in your life. Welcome to the podcast. Oh, and just a couple of quick thoughts before we get started. One, we are just everyday people. We are not professionals, licensed therapists, anything like that. This is for edutainment purposes only. This is not medical advice or legal advice, financial advice, nothing like that. Listen at your own discretion. And this is for mature audiences. We're going into deep subjects and sharing deeply about intimacy and all the things about that. So just notice who you're around and let's go.
Hello, everyone, and welcome to the latest episode of the Playful Dom, the Poly Wife, and the Virgin podcast. I am Jess, the Playful Dom, and we're joined by Lisa, the Poly Wife, and Ella, the Virgin. Today, Lisa, the Poly Wife, is going to share with us some of the newest insights that she has with her TikTok account and how we can impact people and the importance of what happens when we speak our truth and we shine our light, and just what it can bring to others in their lives and be a source of motivation, strength, and courage. So Lisa, take it away.
Well, this was actually really quite exciting because I've been doing TikTok for about 2 months now. And I've got a lot of people saying, "Oh, I love your content. Thank you so much. This is really great." And then yesterday, I happened to have an interaction with one of my followers, and she sent me this really lovely message. I'm going to read it to you. She writes, "Thank you so much. For so many years, I thought there was something wrong with me for thinking the way I do. I came across your page and listened to one of your videos and immediately started crying with a smile on my face. I don't feel alone now. I immediately took my phone to my husband. I am so blessed that he's understanding and agrees with everything I speak to him about and how we can relate to you and your husband. We are going day by day, learning as we go since we have kids. It is amazing to find an open-minded woman on here that gets it. Thank you so much. Your page gave me the strength to come out publicly. Thank you." And this is something that I do get pushback on, is the fact that I'm talking openly about this. And one of the things that people say most often to me is, "What does your family think?" And they really insist on shaming me for my life choices. And they don't mean to. They're looking out for me because my friends don't want me to get hurt. But even the suggestion that I'm doing something wrong that my family would be ashamed about is why I do this, right? Because there's no shame in it. I actually looked up a statistic for somebody else today. Apparently 17 million people in the United States, between 4 and 5% of people, have practiced ethical non-monogamy sometime in their life. And
Wow.
it can be really simple. It could be something as simple as being single and dating multiple people. You can be polyamorous. You don't have to be married to be polyamorous. Plenty of people, and certainly men, have been known to date multiple women at a time. But for some reason, women having intimate relationships with multiple men is something that people aren't used to seeing. It's so taboo.
So taboo. A woman, wait, a woman that's going to own it, and she's going to have play partners, and she's going to go on all these explorations in herself, and she's not tied down to any man. And like, what? You've totally inverted and flipped the model, where men were celebrated for being players and women were seen as sluts. And so for you to be able to, for me, in my experience, to see the joy that you've had, the expansion that you've had, the growth, the play, the fun, it's like, fuck yeah, you are a trailblazer in your own right. And what you're able to provide for all of us to see, myself included, I see where my edges are by seeing you and how you shine and step into it even more and more. So I think it's tremendous that you are an older woman, that you are a role model, that you've been married for 35 years, that, you know, you've, this is a newer exploration in the last few years. I mean, there's so many affirmative pieces in that for any listener, no matter what their age is. It's like, oh, I've been married for 30 something years. Well, okay, there's still an option. Oh, I'm too old. No, actually you're not. You know, like Lisa's got a cub. She's got the young guys too. So, you know, it's not, you know, there's this whole, there's so many paradigm shatterings that you are bringing to the people. And so for a lot of people, it is going to be confronting. They are going to feel triggered. They're going to be activated because it's so in their face of their own inner desires that they haven't been able to own. They haven't been able to pursue. They haven't been able to claim. They haven't been able to, I say that in quotations, because they haven't felt the courage to go and do it, but you have. So for you to have that courage to like lean in and explore and expand and trust and learn. I mean, you like who you were through. I was just thinking about you the other day when we worked together, seminar company, and you are so transformed. You are not that woman. Like that woman is not in you. I don't see her at all. And that's amazing because I did not have the opinion of you then that I do of you now. And it's such a beautiful reflection of what's possible. And you've done it. You did it, you know, like I know I helped out a little bit, but you've like taken it and run with it. So that's all of these things for any of our listeners. Like anything is possible. Lisa is such a representative of that anything is possible. You can create a life of joy and of play and of like just exploration, and it can be exciting and it can be hard and it can be loving and it can be intense and it can be all the things, and yet you keep showing up. And so I just, of course, I hope that there's thousands and thousands of people that write you those kinds of messages, because we need to see that. And that's a big reason why we're doing this podcast, is so that people can hear it and see it.
And for me, I didn't even know it. And for me, I didn't even know it existed. So, and to be able, or I may have heard it, you know, back in, you know, the back of my mind, or in the, you know, the chatterings, but to have a conversation with somebody who's actually doing it and being active in the lifestyle and speaking through the challenges and and all the greatness of it. God, thank you.
Well, there's that, but there's also when you hear about it, you think of, oh, those are those people. Exactly. You never know. It's always those people, and those people are a little fringe and they're a little edgy, and they have earrings, you know, in their cheeks and in their chins and in their clits, and, you know, they've got body piercings and tattoos all over. And I'm just like this totally vanilla, like middle-aged non-mom, that, you know, I'm a surprise because I'm doing something what feels very fringe.
Yeah.
And I'm a, you know, middle of the road average.
A normal woman.
I'm your girl next door. I'm your girl next door doing,
you know,
pretty fun, kinky and having so much fun. And just now I'm meeting plenty of people who are in their 20s who are in the lifestyle, right? They're used to it. They haven't been married. But for those of us who are in our, you know, decades long marriages and coming to this while still wanting to be in a decades long marriage, I think it's a very specialized niche. And I don't remember if I said last week, I had a coaching call with a woman who had been married, and she had no sex drive, and her husband wanted to open up their marriage, and she was wholly against it because of their religious background. And now she's dating a poly man, and she's so excited and happy and has such great compersion for his other lovers, and is sad that her marriage ended because she wasn't open to being poly, and now she's in this poly relationship, and she's best friends with her ex-husband. It's like they had everything that they wanted in their life to share their life together, including kids. And she had a closed viewpoint on something that now she's been opened up to. And you know, her marriage could have been saved with polyamory. I think it is a message that can get out there, that so many marriages end, and I wonder how many of them, what percentage of marriages wouldn't end if people recognize that they could make loving, informed choices, you know? So I have been, and as a matter of fact, when you say I'm not the girl I used to be, there was a, I don't know, challenge or whatever on TikTok to do a little montage with the women who have influenced us. And if there's, I think the thing is, if there is a woman who taught you to use your voice, show me who she is. And if there is a woman who influenced you, show me who she is. And if there is a woman who got you on this path or made you who you are today or something like that, show me who she is. It was a really short 15-second video, and I did one. And the first one was my mother. The second, who showed you how to use your voice, who inspired you. My mother showed me how to use my voice. My sister inspired me because she has business acumen. And then the one who, you know, tipped you over the edge or got you where you are or whatever. And I used a picture of myself, because if I hadn't been the woman I was and still had the courage to do the scary things and take those leaps of faith when I saw other people having success that I wasn't having, I wouldn't be here today. And so I wanted to sort of pay homage to the woman I was, because she was incredibly brave to take the risks that she did in order to birth the woman that I am today, right?
Yeah.
And I actually got a message back from the originator of the show me or show her or whatever the thing, originator of the challenge. She's like, I love this. Everybody's showing, you know, Beyonce and, you know, Hillary Clinton or whomever their mothers and stuff, influencers. And, you know, I think that we get to, I have a mentor, and he taught me that we had a mentoring call, a group mentoring call last week. And one of the things he talks about was the gain and the difference between the gain and the gap. Okay. And in terms of making our goals and seeing where we are and where we want to be, we make affirmations and we say things like, I want to be a millionaire. Okay, well, I have $6,000 in my checking account. I can say all day long, I want to be a millionaire, but it's hard to feel how I can get there. There's a gap between $6,000 and $1 million, right? Mm-hmm. Or I could look at the gain. Where was I 10 years ago? I was living paycheck. I'm making all of this up. I was living paycheck to paycheck. I had no savings. Now I have $6,000 in savings. So if I focus on where I've come and what my progress has been, that is far more uplifting and furthering me on my journey than seeing the long road I've got ahead of me. And that is the point of paying homage to who we were yesterday, to last year, to 10 years ago, to being kids. Because we have made, 3 of us, just even you, Ella.
Yeah.
We had the
for sure.
To sit in on these very, intimate conversations.
Yeah. Very raw.
And be public with it, right? Yeah. So we have gained, all of us, something, a lot in many ways. And I love being present to the journey, because I'm where I am because I took a step, and now I'm laying a path for we all are, honestly. You know, Jess left me with a path to follow, and I followed it. We are leading you on a path, and you're following
Absolutely.
it. We are trailblazers, right? We are the ones, pioneers. We're not the ones who started it, but we're the ones embracing it. I guess is what I would most want to say. That's what
It's so funny because Lisa and I were, and Ella, we were speaking before, and I've done every kind of job I think there is on the planet, you know, working in retail, being a waitress, doing
Corporate America.
Corporate America. I did the, you know, salaried position. I did the commissions position. I've done all of the different kinds of ways of earning in this world. And doing the work that we do, for me to do sensual body work, I've just come to such a place of deep gratitude. And I've just because it's really afforded me, and I'm good at it, and all these things, thankfully. I'm so grateful that I am. But what it's been able to provide for me, that I was able to take 2 weeks off and go visit my mom is going through cancer, and I could be there for her, and then going to Phoenix and helping my girlfriend who was moving out of the country and going through a divorce, and, you know, just to be able to show up for the people. I keep coming back to, like, after I've known the level of stress that I've experienced in my life through all those jobs to just get by, and what this path has been for me, which was very hard fought. This was not an easy walk in the park at all to get to this place. And so really paying it, just so many times I go back to, like, oh man, when I was at the bottom of the barrel, if someone had told me that this was an option a few years ago, like, my life would have been so different, and I just didn't know, and I wasn't supposed to know. But, and gratitude for this place now, and for Lisa to be stepping onto that, like, it's just such a fun thing. It's just so fun, and we get to, like, embrace it, and we want to be here in those states and everything, and it's so beautiful.
You know what it is? It just freaking puts a smile on my face every single day. I have worries, right? It's not like my life is perfect. It's not like I'm not worried about money. It's not like I'm not worried about where I'm going to end up living. I have everyday worries. I'm just focusing on the fun, right? Why not? I'll worry about the stuff to worry about when I literally have to worry about it, but I'm not going to waste my time. And not that I don't worry about it when I shouldn't be worrying about it. It's not that I don't wake up at 2:00 in the morning every once in a while and say, oh God, I'm feeling such scarcity right now. But then I say to myself, well, I can feel this way, or I can have faith that it's going to work out, or that I'll figure it out when the time comes. And, you know, Ev, my husband and I, Ev, we just decided, okay, we're not going to worry about this until we have to worry about it. And then the landlord said, okay, we need to talk. And okay, it's time to worry about it. Well, how badly do we want to avoid? We could move and pay what we're paying now in a house a third larger in an area that's so far away that it's inconvenient for where Ev is now working, that, okay, we'll figure out a way to make up the difference in the rent.
Yeah.
We'll stay the year. And then they're selling the house. So we're in it until they sell it. And that feels good to us, right?
Yeah.
We'll just leave when we're ready. Which means we have a year to clean all this stuff out and get ready to move. And we're actually thinking about moving overseas. So,
oh, really? That's exciting.
What? Where?
Cuenca.
Where's that?
Ecuador.
Ecuador.
Yeah, that thought has never left us. I mean, I had a business, and that business, I invested basically all my money in that business, and that business is not doing well. So I have to assume that money is gone, which means I don't have the retirement that I thought I would have. That was supposed to be my retirement, and it won't be. So, yay, COVID. So I have to start over again. Now I could cry about the fact that, my life savings is gone, or I could just say, well, you know what, we'll figure something else out. And if it means
let's live overseas, let's go for a new chapter.
We do.
Cuenca, yes. Oh, I hope you do. I love Cuenca.
Chiron is one of my orbit lovers, and that's the city that he wants to move to too. So,
oh man, that sounds so exotic.
It does. And, COVID was not good to Ecuador, but, maybe it's not over, certainly, but we're at the new normal, and I don't have to move tomorrow, so I don't have to figure it out yet, but, it helps us. How badly do we want to keep this? How many
that's right.
clothing do I, that's all we're thinking. It's only a matter of, do we want to, if we're going to move to another country, how much of the garbage that we've got in our house do we actually need? It helps us clean it up a little bit easier.
Yeah, you don't.
A little bit more easily. Yep. So that was it. My TikTok adventures. I have been having a lot of fun and learning so much. And I was, again, talking to my mentor today, and I said, well, I'm trying to figure out how to make this video. And he's like, don't go down the rabbit hole. Just keep creating content.
Just do it.
Just do the content. Just create the content. You'll find the followers, because I have a unique message, a unique presentation for that message, and which is talking plainly and bluntly about it.
Yeah. So refreshing.
And it's a message people are ready for.
Yep.
So
Love it.
we just keep moving forward.
So how do we follow you? So what is your TikTok handle or whatever?
Okay, so the TikTok handle may change. We'll always have an updated link in our show notes here. But right now it is, TikTok.com. I'm Listen to the Lisa.
Listen to Lisa.
Listen to the Lisa.
Listen to the Lisa. Okay.
Listen to the Lisa. And partly that's because that has been something that we say in my family all the time, because, I give advice and then people don't follow it. And instead of saying, I told you so, we say, should have listened to the Lisa. So since I'm giving advice, this is a Listen to the Lisa moment. Although the mentor was thinking that I should call it Lifestyle with Lisa, which is a double entendre. And I like that very much, because I'm living a lifestyle that is happy and joy-filled, connective, and lifestyle for real.
Yeah.
But I literally just changed it to Listen to the Lisa from my full name 2 days ago. So I don't want to make another change this quickly. But so right now it's Listen to the Lisa.
That's so cool, because my client the other day, one of my dear clients, he was talking to his family, and he mentioned my name. He's like, oh, Jess. And I'm like, oh, who's Jess? And he's like, oh, she's a lifestyle coach. And I was like, I love that. A lifestyle coach. I'm like, that says something and doesn't say anything. I love it. Lifestyle coach. So anyways.
I love that. I think that's a good one, because it can mean a lot of different things.
Yeah.
Okay.
You could be doing interior design. You could be doing, who knows what you're doing. You could be cooking.
Lifestyle coach. Okay.
Yeah. I was like, I don't think there's that exists. We should get the web domain. Lifestyle coaching.
That's a great idea. Okay. I'm on it.
All right. Well, everyone, thank you again so much for listening to our latest podcast of the Playful Dom, the Poly Wife, and the Virgin. And, there's just so much to come in our lives. And Lisa continues to be a trailblazer, even as she's sharing that the things that she thought she could lean into and rely on aren't there. So what's she going to do now? Well, she's going to figure it out. She's going to lean into focus on the fun, and something tells me she's going to have a pretty amazing adventure to share with us along the way. So thank you all so much for listening. We look forward to catching you on our very next episode. Bye for now.
Want more? Head over to theplayfulpodcast.com for all the juicy things we have to offer. From there, you can join our community, where you can get access to after hours, attend upcoming workshops and events, and even book a session. Bye for now.